plays, which is impressive in its own right. But I demand and ask your patience, but I need quiet. I need quiet.
Nap time.
Yes. Yes. Apparently quiet isn't going to fucking happen. But anyway, let me begin by saying that Doug asked me to say a few words.
That's enough.
I thought this was going to be easy. Well, first of all, I guess I want to say that we owe a deep debt of gratitude to Doug Corbett. But I want to take you back. Because I owe a deep debt of gratitude to a few other people in this room. Now, I've never told this story.
So.
And that continues to be about. But I've never told this story, but I owe a deep debt of gratitude for some of the brothers that are here tonight, and you'll understand why as we move forward. So let me take you back. It's 1972. It's a spectacular fall weekend at Penn State. It's October.
That would be fall.
Third sophomore year.
It's Friday night. The brothers have all gathered in the mid-century room for some fun and frivolity, as we often did on a Friday night. There's 40 of us in there, having a mini cocktail hour,
Or two.
awaiting 60 of the most beautiful women that have ever walked the campus of Penn State to or by. We are. So in they come, down the steps, into the mid-century room, and this particular night, it was Trident. And I must say, they were magnificent. May I have a glass of water, please? I'm sensing some dryness here.
And your voice is right in trouble too.
So, let me further paint this picture because you're slow learners. The party begins to unfold. Guys are trying to meet the girls and think of interesting things to say about themselves and trying to find out about all this and that. And anyway, it didn't matter. You start drinking beer and everything just explodes and the music's playing and everybody's dancing. Yeah. And they're having a great time. And except for me. I found, as I often do, a nice quiet spot where I could be by myself in the midst of this chaos. Because you must understand, and many of you know me well, I was a student. I was a student first and foremost. And I love to read. Oh, how I love to read. And this particular night, I was in the corner with a dim light, enjoying one of my favorite courses, the history of the Middle East. Now, I excelled in this particular class. But the party is raging around me, but I was able to block all that out. Until my little brother, Stu Williams.
I thought you were going to say Tony Tridell.
That's another story. But I'm sitting there trying to mind my own business, not trying to be a part of this craziness that these guys are always doing. And Stu comes over, and he's my little brother, and he's very, very concerned. And he says, Pat, I'm thinking about quitting the fraternity. I need to talk to you. But Stu, I'm reading, I'm studying. And he said, I hate to interrupt you, but would you please talk? I think I'm going to quit the fraternity. I said, well, let's not be hasty. Let's go outside. So we walk out through the party room, work our way through the dancing. Get to the back steps, up the steps. Unbeknownst to me, there's people lurking in the shadows. I'm trying to be a nice fucking guy. Okay? And one Joe Novello Charlotte and Corky Corcoran and Huxley and Williams and a cast of probably 20 other guys came out of the woodwork. And they tried to fight me and kidnap me into a car. It took them about an hour and a half. Hey, this didn't just happen. Right? Yes, you know what I'm talking about. It always worked out. I was always in good shape. And these guys came out of me. They were like mosquitoes. They were like everywhere, you know, ninjas. They were punching, fighting. They get me in a car. And we're going down College Avenue. And to make a long story short, 30 miles later, they dumped me out on the expressway. Hands tied behind my back, gagged.
That's a good idea.
And they gave you
As I rolled
quarter.
down
Six pack of
that
beer.
steep embankment, picking up cinders, an occasional McDonald's cup. I remember a big gulp. And I ended up in the bottom of that ravine. Now let me remind you, it's October, and it is cold. It's very cold this particular night. And as I lay face down in that ravine in a puddle of water, I remember saying to myself, this experience would have been so much nicer had I had a nice sweater or a light jacket. I'm just saying. I'm telling you, it was cold. But you know what? Guys in my position right then, they might have quit. They might have given up. They might have said, I'm not getting out of this one. But there I was. And there was a piece of glass stuck in my back. And I remember pulling it out. And cutting the ties that bound me. Yes. And I said, I'm going up to the top of this ravine. I'm going back to that house, and I'm going to confront them. So I clawed on. When I got to the top, I pulled out my trusty notepad, because I always carried a notepad with me in case I had anything that I wanted to jot down. Yeah, and I thought, just some words came to my head. And I thought, I'm gonna just write these down, because they just popped into my head. And these were those words. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, and the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when funds are low and debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh, when cares are pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. You see, life is queer with its twists and turns, as every one of us at some time learns. And many a failure is turned about when he might have won, and he stuck it out. You see, success is failure turned inside out. It's the silver tinge in the clouds of doubt. And you never can tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when your heart is hit. It's when things seem worse that you must not